Greetings once again, warriors. It's been a hot minute since we've checked in with the cast of Dragon Ball Super. That is, if you don't count Superhero. But from what I hear, we will now be going into the territory of Superhero as we enter into a new arc. Last time we saw the dramatic conclusion of the Granola arc as electing gas of the heaters. Well, the heaters in general were on the cusp of taking out our heroes. Goku, Vegeta, Granola, and Monaito, with gas essentially burning away his life to get the job done. Enter Black Frieza. Whereas previously you thought that either gas, then Granola, or was it Granola then gas? It was Granola then gas, was the strongest in the universe thanks to a wish on the Cerulean Dragon Balls. As it turns out, Frieza was not in this universe at that time. He was actually off training in a hyperbolic time chamber he discovered. It wasn't that long ago that we had discovered that there were other time chambers thanks to Miris during the Moro arc. But much like before Frieza got his golden form after training up, Frieza has once again trained up for, what was it, the equivalent of 10 years? I don't know why I said equivalent, it was actually 10 years because of the time chamber, essentially allowing him to catch up to years of training against Goku. Some people cry foul, but it was always said that Frieza was abnormally strong. Lest you forget, with him never having trained a day in his life, he was kind of around the same power level as a Super Saiyan who has just only become a Super Saiyan. Frieza, much like Gohan, can grow leaps and bounds with just some intense training. And so, Frieza did away with both Gas and Elect because they're conspiring to take him out, taking Oil and Maki under his wing, and also essentially humbling Goku and Vegeta, not taking them out, because it's obvious that he wants to revel in this new ability. I feel that it's kind of like the idea of he feels that Goku and Vegeta make him want to get stronger, want to become more capable, want to become more dangerous. He would never even remotely have reached these heights if not for them. It's an interesting irony. The most powerful entity in the universe that we know of exists all because of Goku and Vegeta. But enough jibber-jabbing. Dragon Ball Super's back. Let's check out what our heroes are going to do now that the universe's proper ruler has risen once again to power. We pick up on Beerus's planet where we see the Oracle Fish, Goku, Beerus, Whis all enjoying some takeout food. Vegeta doesn't seem to be interested because he's brooding off on the side. The narrator says Goku and Vegeta's battle to the death with gas on planet Cereal ended with an abrupt loss to Black Frieza. After that, they returned to Beerus's planet. Goku was now aware of the massive power gap between him and his foe, as was Vegeta. As such, they continue their training in the hopes of defeating Frieza. You have this massive image of Frieza just looming over Vegeta. He's just like, God damn it. That's so cruel too. Vegeta finally was starting to feel like he was really starting to go his own way, finding his own power comparable to Goku. He was really doing his thing, only for them both to be humbled by Frieza. Damn. Meanwhile, back on Earth, ooh, look at this. Look at this color spread. Whoa. Already with Dr. Hedo. Oh man, is this gonna be like a situation where Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 were inspired by Trunks and Goten? And I love it. The new arc involves teenage Trunks and Goten. That's cool. And is Mai actually going to school? I mean, why would you willingly go back to school, woman? Aren't you in like your 70s by now? Or at least your 60s. And yeah, Hedo did go to prison because of the fact that he had created like zombies and stuff like that. Grave robbing, so okay. I wonder how long before the movie this is. Oh, this is cool. I hope you actually do more with this than when Gohan was in high school. But we had plenty of stuff for that. Okay, let's get into it. Oh my god, already with the posing. And you have the two heroes doing their poses and their dances saying, "Evil must be mopped up. We leave the world cleaner than we found it. We're the cleanup heroes." Trunks says, "Saiyaman X1." And Goten says, "Saiyaman X2." And with a dramatic pose, they say, "Here to tidy up." Oh man, that's good. The Saiyaman tradition lives on. I guess we're picking up in the Jewelry District, Mosquito Town, West Capital. Oh yeah, this chapter is chapter 88. Superheroes are born. And you see some robbers with, I guess, the jewelry store owner tied up in the back. The robbers are stunned by the sight of the two heroes saying, "What the?" The bystanders say they just flipped over that vehicle. Saiyaman X2 says, "Bold of you to rob a jewelry store in broad daylight, but too brash for your own good." The robber with sunglasses says, "It's them, those would-be heroes who popped up in West Capital recently." The beefy robber with the mustache says, "Oh yeah? How dare you wreck my ride like that, you snot-nosed wackos." Oh, okay, I get it. I didn't catch it earlier. When the bystander said they just flipped over that vehicle, I thought they meant they flipped over the vehicle. I'm like, okay, so big deal. But no, they flipped over the vehicle. Gotcha. The guy with the mustache pulls out a gun saying, "Back off unless you want to die." Saiyaman X2 quickly appears right in front of the robber, grabbing his gun with his bare hand, saying, "You won't be dirtying our town anymore, not on my watch," and he crushes the thug's gun. He then puts it into a shopping bag, ties it up much to the shock of the thug, and tries to hand it back saying, "Now dispose of your trash properly." Wow, they are really into this. Like idiots who didn't just see someone crush a metal gun with their bare hands. The guy with the mustache goes into the punch, and the guy with the sunglasses pulls out a knife. Like, it's the Superman conundrum. They shoot with the gun, but then they go to punch him, and it's just like, the gun didn't work. Why would your fist? The guy with the mustache says, "You little punk," as he rushes in. But Saiyaman X1 and X2 are ready for him. X1 dodges the big man's punches, while X2 dodges the little man's blade. Oh no, the guy with sunglasses has two daggers. Okay. But Saiyaman X2 manages to catch both of the blades in his hand aptly, saying, "Swinging blades around is risky business." He then kicks the guy in the stomach with his foot. He then also packs away the knives in a bag saying, "Knives can't be disposed with normal garbage. What a pain." As the guy's just basically coughing up his guts. Meanwhile, Saiyaman X1 manages to push back the big guy. The little guy says, "Crap." Well, the big guy says, "They haven't beaten us yet. I gotta give it to these dudes for their tenacity." But they try once again to rush the two Saiyamen and are both taken down with a swift flying kick from the both of them. They're kicked high up right into the jewelry store display sign, knocking their noggins on it. They then fall to the ground, also on their heads, as the sign falls down on them. The audience looks in oohs and ahs as the two thugs are caught underneath the jewelry store sign saying, "Okay, we give up." The two Saiyamen give a thumbs up, saying, "Cleanup complete." The police then arrive to arrest the two thugs as the two Saiyamen watch from a nearby rooftop, and they pull off their masks, revealing themselves to be Trunks. "I never would have guessed." Trunks then turns to his compatriot and says, "That went great, Goten." "It's Goten! Actually doing things!" Goten takes off his mask and ruffles his hair, saying, "It was perfect, Trunks. And the best part? Our awesome pose. Just like Clean God himself." Huh. Yeah, there's a superhero called Clean God. The two then pull another pose saying, "Saiyaman X1, Saiyaman X2, here to tidy." And we see they're posing in front of a Clean God poster, which reads, "Here to sweep away evil. Your favorite video game superhero is finally hitting the big screen." Trunks then turns to the poster saying, "The pose the catchphrases. You think we're cribbing too much from him? Goten says, no, it's fine. We're a duo after all. Oh, good point. Goten's butt then starts vibrating. And he pulls out his phone saying, hey, a news bulletin. Trunks questions what? Goten says, a big theft. Trunks gets ready to put back on his mask saying, off to our next mission then. Armored robbers, huh? What town? Goten tells him, it was a cyber attack. Identity theft. They stole a bunch of people's personal info. Trunks says dejectedly, a cyber attack? Darn it. We can't beat up scumbags over the internet. Ah, if only. Goten even says, you've never been great with computers, Trunks. That's weird. GT Trunks is actually excellent with computers. They both sit on the ledge of the roof, with Trunks saying, I want to face off against some mighty evil and do it in style. But maybe there's no place for superheroes in modern society. Goten says a peaceful world is a good thing. Trunks pouts and says, yeah, can't argue there, but still. Goten then receives a call on his phone. It's Chi-Chi yelling at him saying, Goten, what do you think you're doing? Goten says, Mom? Chi-Chi says, you should have been home a while ago. Goten panics saying, right, sorry, I'm on my way. Right now, the narrator explains, the daring duo's exploits remain a secret to their family. We see Goten dressing down to his skivvies, throwing his costume in a duffel bag. In a panic, as Trunks says, our transformation sequence ain't heroic at all. I wish we had special transformation watches like Gohan, especially since our folks don't know about any of this. I know, I'll have Pilaf make us what we need. Oh wow, the Pilaf gang's gonna be their man in the chair. Goten says, huh? You can just ask for stuff like that? Trunks says, yeah, I can. It's kind of a long story. Lend me your costume, okay? As he picks up Goten's duffel bag, Goten says, oh sure. Oh, the flying Nimbus! As Goten says, see ya at school tomorrow. Oh, they were doing this after school. Okay, I love it. Goten continuing the tradition of taking the Nimbus to school and back. Goten flies off in the Nimbus while Trunks hits the ground in the alley and turns the duffel bag into a hoi poi capsule. Oh, that's cool. Man, capsule technology everywhere. Trunks says changing out of this is a pain. Maybe I'll just zip home in the costume. That's a bad idea. As he peeks around the corner from out of the alley and he sees his grandparents walking their pet dinosaur? Near a flower shop. God, you could never tell that Goten's grandma is the same age as his grandpa. Or are they the same age? I mean, we know why Bulma doesn't look like she's grown any older, but what's the deal with her mom? Trunks thinks to himself, Grandpa's here. And as Dr. Briefs turns to see the superhero in the alley, Trunks panics and puts back on his helmet. Dr. Briefs says, oh my, aren't you the mighty something or other man who's been making waves lately? Trunks turns and poses saying, I'm up evil in this world, as Saiyaman X1. But the pet dinosaur goes immediately over to Saiyaman X1 and starts nuzzling his leg as Trunks thinks to himself, back off, Dino. Wait, Dino? Like from the Flintstones? This isn't the time. Dr. Brief says, that's odd. He's usually only that affectionate with family. Trunks panics while Dino tries to lick his face, saying, well, superheroes are beloved by one and all, great and small. He then silently tells Dino to sit, and Dino does so. Saiyaman X1 then waves goodbye, saying farewell, and he flies off. As Dino yaps at the flying off Saiyaman X1, Dr. Brief says to himself, more and more youngsters know how to fly nowadays. Why, in my time, we walked and we liked it. Or we invented a way to fly. And as Saiyaman X1 flies away, he thinks to himself, phew, close one. I'll really be in for it if Mom finds out I've been blowing off studying to play superhero. Had to look up the grandma's name again. Bikini. It was Panchita or something before, right? But Bikini says to Dr. Briefs, was there someone here, dear? As she holds a giant armful of flowers. Dr. Briefs tells her, just a superhero passing by. Bikini says, how wonderful. I'd love to meet a hero. Dr. Briefs says, actually, his voice was awfully familiar. Bikini says to her husband, which flowers are nicer, do you think? Dear little Pan just started kindergarten, so I'd like to send a bouquet for the occasion. Dr. Brief says, "Is that so? My, she's growing up so fast. Perhaps I'll send a splendid aircraft as a present. I remember her being dismayed that she couldn't fly like Piccolo and the others." "Oh, well, we're even keeping in with that." Bikini says, "Goodness, that won't do. The girl doesn't have her pilot's license." Dr. Brief says, "Astute point. No aircraft then. How about a castle instead?" Of course, the Briefs have castle money. The flower shop owner says, "A castle for a kindergartner. Quite a gift." Dito then notices something. Oh, and starts barking up a storm. Dr. Brief says, What is it this time?" As we see some robots coming down the street. Oh, with Capsule Corp logos on them. Dr. Brief adjusts his glasses and says, aren't those our helper robots? What's gotten into them?" As all the robots go rushing past, Bikini says, "I wonder what's going on." And as Dr. Brief looks the other way, he sees something that stuns him. He then calls to his wife, "Honey?" And as Bikini looks the other way, she sees a zombie, and she shrieks in terror. Seriously, she does not look like she's 70. Were the robots running away from zombies? That's some advanced AI if that's the case. The next day at Capsule Corp. I'm surprised we're cutting to the next day already. Oh wow. The Pilaf family really did become Capsule Corp employees. Wild. Something about that feels kind of weird. I know it's already been a thing for a while now, but just the idea of Emperor Pilaf working for Bulma, a lot has changed. Trunk enters the hangar or workshop where the Pilaf gang are working. Trunks says, "Morning all. Pilaf, how's my request from yesterday coming along?" Pilaf says, "Good morning, young master. One of them is done, yes." He hands it over to Trunks as Trunks says, "Done already? Thanks a bunch." Pilaf says, as simple a request as can be. Goten's will be done tomorrow." Trunks tries on the new wrist transformation thingamajiggy as he says, "Awesome, thanks." Pilaf says, "In exchange, Bulma doesn't need to know about me stealing the Dragon Balls, right?" He tried it again. Okay, you know what? I'm fine with that. Some things never change. Actually, that's a good plan, you know? Bulma always has the Dragon Balls. Might as well just stick around Capsule Corp seeing if she messes up and they can just gain access to it. Trunks says, "Sure thing, as long as you keep our superhero deal a secret." Pilaf says, "Rest easy, I haven't even breathed a word to Shu and Mai." But we then see Bulma at the doorway saying, "And what might you two be conspiring about?" Of course, this startles Trunks as he hides the little rich watch saying, "Hi, Mom. Us conspiring? Conspiring? Nah." Bulma gets mad saying, "Whatever it is, aren't you late for school?" Trunks says, crap." He goes off waving to Pilaf as he says, "Thanks again." We then see Shu and Mai hefting around a heavy box. And as Trunks focuses in on Mai, he blushes and grabs the box out of their hands saying, "That looks heavy, Mai. Let me help." Shu's there too. He then puts it on the nearby table asking, "Is here good?" Mai says, "Sure, thanks." Shu says, "While you're at it, mind helping me with mine too?" Trunks then tries to ask Mai, "Actually, Mai, I was hoping we could chat." Shu, meanwhile, says, "This heavy one too. This one's heavy too." Mai questions, "About what?" Trunks panics and says, "Later, once I get home." He runs out the door saying bye-bye, leaving Shu feeling majorly dejected. Bulma has a menacing smile on her face as Pilaf goes back to work laughing. Such excitement so early in the day. But Bulma says, "By the way, Pilaf, ever heard of a security camera?" Pilaf plays coy saying, what exactly do you mean?" Bulma gets in close saying, "I'm talking about the camera that caught you stealing the Dragon Balls from my room." So she must not have all of them. Because if he's already stolen Dragon Balls, he might as well have made a wish by now. Naturally, Pilaf panics, and Bulma holds out her hand saying, if you're thinking about making some nasty wish, think again. Give 'em back." Pilaf says, "Yes, of course, sorry." So sorry, Shu tells him, your goose was cooked from minute one. That's actually kind of interesting. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Then again, at this point, Bulma would know exactly who they are, because it's just like, they're about the same age as... No, they're still younger. I was about to say they're about the same age as when they first met them, but nah, they're younger than that now. Oh, that's weird. Trunks says he's off as he goes racing down the street on his bike. As he comes upon a hot dog truck, the vendor says, late again, Trunks? Saved a dog just for you. Trunks swipes it saying, thanks a lot. I'll be fine, just gotta sneak in the classroom window. As he flicks a coin back at the hot dog vendor, the vendor catches it saying, if you say so, kid. Ah, nice. I love this stuff. This is it really does make me think of when Gohan was in school. You see Trunks, going down the street, some punk in a car with his girlfriend flicks a soda can out. It almost hits a baby in a stroller. Trunks manages to flick it away from the baby right back at the dude with pinpoint accuracy, nailing him in the back of the head. And as Trunks goes past, the man says, who the heck did that? We pick up at Blue Hal High School. What was Gohan's high school? Yeah, it was Orange Star High School, like with the Dragon Balls. So we had Orange Star, now Blue Hal. I wonder what Blue Hal is a reference to. We see Trunks leave his bike at the bike rack, go leaping up the stairs and sneaking in by the window. And as the teacher goes to write at the board, he opens up the window, puts his bag inside, goes in with a superhero landing, and as he gets ready to sneak to his seat, the teacher is already behind him saying, ahem, Trunks, naturally startling Trunks. It's funny how even the greatest and most skillful warriors in the universe can still be caught by their teacher. The teacher says, not even the heir to Capsule Corporation gets to slip in after the bell. Trunks says, sorry, sir. The teacher says, continue this tardy streak and your time at the school may be over. As he hands Trunks a demerit, Trunks sulks and says, got it. As Trunks goes to sit down, a very skinny student says, smooth move, man. As the teacher goes back to writing, as he says, now back to the lesson. As the kids laugh amongst themselves at Trunks' poor unfortunate state. Trunks sulks in his seat saying, I've been busy. It's not like duty only calls after school. The skinny kid says, duty? What duty? Trunks puts his hand in his arms and says, forget it. The skinny kid says, that won't cut it, Mr. Future CEO. Trunks has a very saddened look on his face as he says, that's the thing, Compass. I don't want to run a corporation. Oh, this is very different from GT, Trunks. Compass says, huh? Why not? It's your ticket to being richer than rich. Trunks, having been raised rich, says, which sounds real boring to me. I need more excitement in my life. We then cut to after class where a young, I guess black girl? Wow, an African American, well, no, I might as well just keep it at black. Girl without the big lips. We've come a long way from Toriyama's old style of drawing black people. And a kind of portly looking guy with glasses. The girl says, I hear you're looking for excitement. A little adventure. Trunks closes his locker saying, what do you mean, Rula? Rula? Okay. Rula says, well, did you hear about the ghost? Trunks says, huh? Ghost? Compass says, oh yeah, I heard the hockey team had a sighting. The big kid says, apparently they appear near the abandoned mansion on Mount Butterfly. Okay, so it must be Dr. Hedo's creations. Rula says, want to check it out after school? Think of it as a dare. Compass gets excited saying, we're in, right, Trunks? Trunks brushes it off saying, Ghost, too silly. Besides, I've got a packed schedule today. Compass watches Trunks walk away saying, what happened to craving excitement, man? Trunks says, it's not like that. As the three of them watch Trunks walk away, Compass says, I wonder what's gotten into him. Rula says, he never wants to hang out anymore. Yeah, I guess they would have grown up with kids around their age, unlike Gohan. So these are all childhood friends. And I guess Goten has his own friends, but it's nice that Goten and Trunks still hang around with each other. School friends, childhood friends, all that good stuff. But Trunks thinks to himself with a worried look, a dare? Give me a break. I can't handle ghosts and ghouls and all that spooky junk. Aw, really? Trunks is scaredy cat. We cut to after school with Goten talking with another black kid. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. You got that afro puff and that fade. Hell yeah. But Trunks spots Goten talking with, I guess, a friend of his, and he calls out, Yo, Goten, video games at my place again, right? Goten says, Oh, hey, Trunks. Yeah. We cut to Capsule Corp, where the two of them are playing Clean God. As the video game character says, Clean God is here to sweep away evil. Taste my cleanser strike. See, they're playing two-player, but I only see one Clean God on the screen. Maybe you're like a sprite or something who can assist. Trunks says, games are great, but I want to kick butt IRL too. Goten says, I bet you can't wait to use your new transformation watch, huh? Man, I want one too. Trunks shows it off saying, actually, I gave it a trial run today. Goten questions, already? Did you find some crime to fight? Trunks says, nope, but I transformed and flew to the movie theater during my free period to buy these. He pulls up 2 movie tickets to Clean God. Goten freaks out saying, Whoa, day 1 tickets for Clean God movie? We thought we'd never get our hands on these. Trunks says, complete with an in-person meet and greet with the movie star. It would be hilarious if the star is Barry Kahn. Goten holds up the ticket saying, too cool. Trunks then says, the thing is, Goten, I'm really sorry, but I could only get 2. And there's someone I really want to ask out. Dude, you're asking Mai? She's probably not even a fan. Goten feels shocked and dejected, saying, What? No way? For real? Let me guess. Is it Mai? Trunks grabs the ticket, saying, I know I owe you one, but give me a minute while I go ask her out, okay? He goes stomping over to the hangar as some workers pass by with one of those serve bots that ran away, a helper bot, on a stretcher, saying, On your right, as they pass by Trunk, we see that the workshop is massively busy, with the Peel-Off gang and the other Capsule Corp workers working up a storm. As one of the people says, carry that over this way, Trunks goes over to Mai saying, it's quite busy, huh? So, Mai, remember that chat I wanted to have with you? Well, are you free this Saturday? I've got some primo movie tickets. Mai says, a movie, huh? Trunks gets excited saying, yeah, the live-action Clean God movie I told you about. Let me tell you, these tickets were not easy to get. Mai simply says, yeah, it's not really my thing. Pilaf chimes in saying, sorry, young master. A great volume of helper bots had to be recalled all at once, so we'll be busy repairing them all for the rest of the month. Mai says, yeah, what he said. Trunks tries to double down, saying, you can't take a single night off for dinner and a movie? Pilaf adds, I'm afraid she cannot. Not even a request from you, young master, can keep us from this work. We're only allowed to live here as long as we're useful. Shu adds, especially because Bulma laid down the law after that business this morning. I feel that it's kind of messed up that they don't at least get days off. Like, at least one. I mean, I know the Japanese work system is kind of intense, but back-to-back work days is a bit much. Trunks asks them, how long will it all take? Pilaf adds, impossible to say for now. It's non-stop as the helper bots keep getting carted in. Another worker brings in 2 more saying, got 2 more recalled helper bots here. Trunks asks, what's the deal with them? Shu says, word is they stopped obeying their owners and ran away from their homes. Pilaf says, I created these helper bots and I don't make mistakes. Someone must have tampered with them. Shu says, there's a rumor that when night falls, strange folk appear to meddle with the helper bot. Trunks questions, so if I catch these weirdos, Mai will have Saturday night off? Pilaf simply says, if the recall is called off, of course. Trunks gets excited and says, great, I've got some criminals to stop. Just you wait, Mai, as he goes running out of the building. He then opens his bedroom window where Goten was still playing Clean God, and as he shocks Goten, Trunks screams, up and at him, Goten, it's Saiyaman action time. Goten says, wait, what? We've got a mission? Later that night, like Zoink Scoob, we see our 2 intrepid young heroes walking the streets of the city, with Trunks looking a little green around the gills, as he tells Goten, Shu said most of the reports came from this neighborhood. Goten says, I don't see any strange folk. Maybe the rumor is just a rumor. Trunks says, even a residential street feels kinda creepy in the dark. Goten says, creepy? That reminds me, people said that ghosts are showing up around here too. And naturally this freaks out Trunks, who says, "Cut it out, Goten. There's no such thing as ghosts, okay?" Goten questions, "Hang on, are you scared of ghosts, Trunks?" Trunks says, "Scared? Never. As the son of a scientist, I don't even believe in them." But then Goten adds, "Well, that's funny, because I'm pretty sure both of our dads have died and come back as ghosts or whatever." Leave it to Goten to be the voice of reason. It's just like, no, I'm pretty sure ghosts exist. Trunks says it's not the same, but it's just like, bruh. But Trunks then suddenly smacks into some big dude, and okay, it's, I guess, one of Hedo's zombies. As Trunks smacks into the guy and then looks up to apologize, saying, sorry. He sees the zombie-like face and he immediately freaks out and he just goes scrambling away saying, "I do believe," as he accidentally hits his transformation watch, going scurrying around the corner as Goten continues to peek over as the big guy walks away. Goten then calls out, "Hey Trunks, that must be the culprit." Trunks questions this and peeks around the same corner as they see the zombie-like person walking past an old man with his helper bot, as the old man says, "Cook me up a fine dinner once we're home, Roberty." The helper robot says, "Roger, roger." I love that. But the zombie then, as he passes the helper bot, he presses a button and the helper bot freezes and drops the bags he was carrying. He then starts rattling around erratically, and the old man says, "What's the matter?" The helper bot then beeps, and then goes just running off, as the old man calls out, "Where on earth are you off to?" With the two seeing this, Goten says, "See? He must have done something to it with that remote control." Trunks adds, "And he wears that spooky mask to scare people away. What a dirty move." It's real Scooby-Doo stuff. Trunks then notices a car approaching them from behind. It hits its brights, blinding Trunks and Goten, and it goes driving off. As it moves past them, Goten says, "Oh no, he's getting away in that car." Trunks says, "Maybe we can find his hideout. Let's tail him." And the two then fly above the car, trailing it as it goes to a manor up on a mountain. As the two see the car travel to the mansion, Trunks is shocked, saying, "It's the abandoned mansion on Mount Butterfly, where they said ghosts have been showing up." Goten says, "Must be his lair. Let's check it out," as he goes to land. But Trunks says, "Wait, Goten, it's pretty late and dark. How about we come back in daylight?" Goten says, "What's the matter? Don't you want to solve the mystery so you can have your movie date? And besides, I thought you didn't believe in ghosts, Trunks says, "You're not wrong there." And then he starts weighing his options. Monsters, my. Monsters, my. It's like he thinks of a monster, he thinks of Mai in a nice dress. He thinks of two monsters. He thinks of Mai and him going to the movies. And then the thought of Mai and him getting ice cream afterwards and that beautiful smile of hers, it pushes everything else out. Trunks shouts, "Fine, let's do this." But Goten is already at the window of the building. Trunks shouts, "Darn it, don't leave me alone, Goten." And as he scrambles next to Goten, he says, "Not cool, man." But Goten shushes him. And as Trunks looks inside the building, we see the zombies commanding the bots that they've stolen, having them make sushi? I'm getting the feeling that Hedo was arrested for more than just grave robbing. Goten says, "Those are the helper bots that are being recalled, right?" Trunks says, "I get it. They're overriding the system programming to put our bots to work here. This is where those missing bots from the city ended up." So what, they have them work to the point of breaking and just discard them? Trunks then says, "Wait, is that the pre-packaged sushi that's been all the rage in West Capital recently? Now that I know who's making it." Blech. Yeah, you don't want zombies touching your food. A zombie who kind of looks like a mummy then spots them through the window saying, "Who are you?" The two of them duck out of sight saying, "Yikes!" And as the zombie goes stomping over to the window, we see that it was Trunks' friends from school. The mummy zombie holds up Compass by the neck, saying, "How'd you kids sneak in here?" Compass thinks to himself, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure he thinks, I can't answer if you crush my windpipe." Goten says, "Aren't those your classmates?" Trunks says, "Oh great, they went through with their dare. The mummy zombie says, you want a beating that bad, huh? Trunks then tries to activate his watch, saying, I'll transform and charge in there. You wait here, Goten. Goten says, got it. But as Trunks goes to activate the button, it doesn't work because of being damaged earlier. Trunks says, huh? And Goten says, better act fast, Trunks. Trunks says, not working. Maybe it broke when I smacked it before. But suddenly, the Saiyaman X1 suit appears on Trunks. Trunks says, sweet, as he goes dashing inside, kicking Compass out of the zombie's grasp. Compass hits the floor, and Saiyaman X1 hits the ground with a cool superhero pose. This puts all the zombies on high alert, and the one football player zombie says, who the hell are you? Trunks goes into his pose saying, I'll have you know I'm... But the kid with glasses says, it's Saiyaman X1! Thanks for coming to save us, I'm a major fan! Trunks says, cool, but let me do my own introduction next time. Aw, you already have fans, that's cute. The football player zombie says, well, you ain't leaving now that you've gotten a peek at our operation. Saiyaman X1 says, as if that zombie makeup could scare off the likes of me. How foolish. I cannot stand idly by while you menace these good citizens. The football zombie commands the others, get that punk! And they all go rushing in. Trunks is ready though, as he starts bashing the zombies around easily, literally wiping the floor with them pretty much. And as Trunks goes in to take on the football player zombie, he says, last man standing, huh? Upcycle punch! And he hits the zombie in his midsection, only for nothing to happen. Naturally this shocks Trunks, as the zombie smiles saying, I'm built different than those others. I'm engineered to eat a wimpy hit like that and then some. I'd kinda say bullshit, but considering what we see Dr. Hedo make later down the line, okay. Trunks smiles and says, you don't say. Then you force me to go all out. As he starts holding up his fist, spinning it, saying Cyclo style, tornado, hurricane. But then his watch starts malfunctioning, and his suit disappears, and Trunks looks at himself saying, His classmates see him and say, huh? Trunks? Goten says, this is bad. He then launches a ki blast at the lighting panel, and everything goes dark inside. And in a flash, Goten gets all three of the kids outside. Rula turns to the mansion saying, we're outside. As the kid with glasses says, how in the world? Compass then turns to Goten saying, wait, aren't you Trunks' old friend? Goten says, yeah, I'm Goten. Oh boy, that was pretty scary, huh? I think the ghosts made all of us see the same illusion. Really? We're going with that? Compass says, an illusion? When did it start? Goten says, right around when you got near the building? Rula says, right. As the kid with glasses says, but of course, naturally Trunks could be Saiyaman himself. Compass says, hang on, you're saying this place really is a haunted house? And then all three of them just go running off into the distance. Just screaming. Oh man. But Goten breathes a sigh of relief as he wipes his forehead, knowing that the ruse worked. And as the football zombie says, hey, where'd you go? Trunks in the darkness says, I know exactly where you are. The zombie questions, how? Trunks smiles saying, you want to see me that badly? He goes Super Saiyan. As the zombie questions, what the hell are you? Trunks says, allow me to introduce myself correctly this time. And as his watch goes, starts working again, his suit forms around him. I love that you can still see his bangs coming out of his helmet though. As Saiyaman X1 says, I am Saiyaman X1, here to mop up evil. And he continues his tornado punch as he says, a superhero! As he punches the zombie out, sending the zombie flying off. And as the zombie hits the ground, Trunks gives a thumbs up saying cleanup complete. While Goten activates the backup lights, surprising Trunks. Goten looks around at the mess saying, wow, you really let him have it. Trunks says, yep, we're Where are Compass and them? Goten says, headed home. I told him it was all an illusion. As Trunks deactivates his watch, he says, thanks, I almost blew it there. Goten says, so, where are these guys anyway? Trunks is shocked, saying, crap, I knocked them all out before asking. Goten tells him, nice going. Trunks looks around, saying, there's gotta be a clue around here. He goes in through a door, finding a laboratory and a safe. He manages to just bust it open and finds a disc saying Dr. Gero, confidential. Ooh. Goten asks, what's that? Trunks says, not sure, but it's the only thing they had locked up tight, so it must be some crazy important data. I'll check it out back at home, but all I care about is ending the recall, so anything beyond that is sort of whatever. We then see Krillin walking outside of the mansion with his flashlight, like, just all nervous and stuff. Like, Krillin, you're stronger than anything out here. Goten and Trunks then see Krillin as Goten says, huh? Is that Krillin? With Trunks hiding the disc behind his back, Krillin freaks out as he shines the light on the two of them. As he says, oh, it's you boys. This is no place for a couple of teens to be sneaking around at night. Trunks asks, what are you doing here, though? Krillin says, we got a report from a nearby resident. Have you boys seen The Walking Dead around here by chance? Trunks freaks out, saying, Walking Dead? Krillin says, yeah, a bunch of corpses were stolen from the morgue recently, and someone saw those dead people walking around up here. Spooky stuff if you ask me. Never mind, Jiro. Actually probably was. Hedo was actually probably arrested because of the grave robbing. Never mind. Trunks freaks out, saying, dead people? Walking? I should have known. They really were ghoulies. Almost got grabbed by the ghoulies. Krillin freaks out, saying, what are you talking about? We then see later Dr. Hedo arriving to his busted up lab, dropping his recently bought Oreos, or Hydrox cookies? As he says, what is this all about? He goes over to the football zombie saying, tell me what happened. Talk to me, Alpha number 12. Oh, so Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Gotcha. So the zombies are Alphas. What's Beta then? Because then we have the Gammas. Alpha 12 says, got beaten by a kid with this school crest. Oh, I didn't notice before, but Trunks doesn't have the crest on his jacket. Alpha 12 holds up the crest as Dr. Hedo says, the entire Alpha series defeated? Alpha 12 says, yeah. Dr. Hedo says, how could this be? Don't worry, since you're all corpses, I'll have you up and about again in no time. Hedo then notices the door to his lab is open, and as he goes in, he sees the safe has been broken into, saying, no, where's the data disk from the safe? Alpha 12 tells him they took it with them. Hedo says, what? Anything but that. There's only one like it in the world. Alpha 12 simply says, sorry, as he passes out. Dr. Hedo starts welling up with tears, saying, what a disaster. But he holds up the crest, saying, Blue Hal High School. Who could have done this? Either way, this base of operations is finished. Curses. Just when our sushi sales were really starting to pick up, I'll have to procure research funds some other way. The next day, Trunks enters the workshop saying, hey Mai, so about this Saturday, but you see Pilaf working up a storm saying, gah, endless toil. He tells Trunks, a day off? Unthinkable. The recall was cancelled, but now we've got a small army's worth of broken bots to repair. Mai says, we'll be going without sleep in the hopes of meeting our quotas. I don't know how I feel about this. Then again, they are criminals. I believe in fair wages for workers, and proper treatment, but they're also criminals. Repeated offenders, too. Literally just recently tried to steal the Dragon Balls. Shu says, they found a whole heap of the missing bots in this old place up on Mount Butterfly. It seems like someone has smashed them to bits. Trunks, realizing that someone was him, immediately shouts, I can't believe it, with Mai questioning why he's shouting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you right now, if this was a spin-off series all about the shenanigans of Goten and Trunks in high school, I'd watch it and read it. Because I love Archie, but I love the idea of them just getting into these minor scuffles with these low-level bad guys. But seriously, this was a lot of fun. Very wordy, but there was a lot here. A lot. Like, this was a whole entire storyline just packed in here. I don't know how I feel about us getting adaptation of the superhero movie. I hope what happens is we lead up to it, get like what happened with the Broly movie, like a splash page that says, hey, check out superhero. And then we go to events afterwards. Because I actually like the idea of something leading into Hedo, doing his thing. See, though the question now becomes, because we pick up with Hedo being released from prison. How long was he in prison? Because, it doesn't feel like it would have been that long. Because I'm wondering, how long does this take place to the end of Superhero? Because the start of the superhero movie is like half a year between the start and the end of the movie. That's how long it takes Hedo to create the Gammas and sell Max. But I'm not gonna lie, I love the idea of the Gammas being based off of Goten and Trunks to a certain degree. Like him liking the idea of a two-man team, but also basing it off of another superhero that he enjoys more. That would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested to see where this goes and how it develops and how it impacts things going forward. This was kind of cool. And I'm interested to see if we get more stuff like this. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about this short little story arc? Do you hope that it continues with the adventures of Goten and Trunks? It kind of makes me think of the old days of seeing Gohan go to school. I actually kind of miss that stuff. It's funny too, because Dragon Ball Evolution had Goku going to school. Everybody hated it. But it's like, it could have easily been remedied by being like, oh, it's Goten. Or Gohan, even. And I feel like it would have been a little bit more acceptable. The movie still would have been trash, but This had a good amount of action, a lot of fun, interesting intrigue. It's funny that Trunks has an irrational fear of ghosts because, he's stronger than any ghost. Well, that would depend. Depends on how strong the ghost was when they were alive. But I just like seeing Goten and Trunks just do their thing. They weren't the biggest part of the Super movie, but this kind of makes up for it in my opinion. So again, let me know your thoughts. Also remember to like, subscribe, bell, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din and hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.